Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're talking about Miles Bridges. In about 17 hours, the free agency period will begin. And we had heard the Charlotte Hornets could sign and trade. Maybe it seemed like for a while Miles Bridges was going to leave. But with the new regime in town, the Charlotte Hornets have made it clear that they want to keep Miles Bridges, reports Adrian Wojnarowski. Well, that one's from Roderick Boone. Nice guy. Met him at the NBA draft lottery. And then Adrian Wojnarowski said that they're interested in re-signing him. So the Charlotte Hornets are interested in re-signing Miles Bridges this offseason. Bridges played this past season on a one-year $77.9 million deal after the felony incident he had that he pled no contest to. He had a no-trade clause in this year's contract. Adrian Wojnarowski said during the ESPN's coverage of the second round that they would like to keep him, obviously, for a certain price. After sitting out a season as his legal situation was resolved and being suspended for the first 10 games, Bridges averaged 21 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists through 37 minutes a night in 69 games, which I think it's a decent endeavor. I think keeping him allows his team to be good sooner. Now, the Charlotte Hornets' new front office leader, Jeff Peterson, made it clear where his team stands with Miles Bridges, that they've made it very clear that they want him to remain as a Hornet. Now, Bridges is an unrestricted free agent this year after missing the entire year and then signing that one-year qualifying offer. However, he could draw interest from cap space teams. The Hornets maintained his full bird rights to be able to offer him any contract up to the maximum and even be able to go over the salary cap. They're not close to going over it, but if they had to keep him. So for me, all signs are pointing for Miles Bridges to stay. Now, I've talked about it before. I think Miles Bridges will get a 4-year, $120 million deal at the very minimum, 30-year annual average. And it just makes a lot of sense. We heard that the Nets and Kings had interest. I think obviously the Nets' interest is gone at this point, as the man by the name of Mikal Bridges is gone and they're rebuilding. But with that being said, I think we can sit here and pull up Fanspo, which, by the way, guys, right here, decided not to be at all in a position that was going to be usable for us to look, but still not good enough. There we go. Here we go. There, that's what we wanted. So let's pull up the Charlotte Hornets and let's pull up, let's say, the Sacramento Kings, because really they're the team that probably has the most interest in a guy like Miles Bridges. Now, Miles Bridges, I would assume, would sign the deal that we came up with, the 4-year, $120 million deal. My assumption, we just do 30 all the way through, which allows us to have just a flat rate deal that I think everybody here would just sit and be like, all right, that looks good. So that is a $120 million deal. You send it to the Kings, $123.5 million deal that they'd have to take on. They'd send half of that. I mean, that's where it becomes tough, because the other thing I'm thinking is, what if 34, what's the big deal that they could go out and try to get? Because you can't, in a signing trade, you can't package things together. So I think they would have to choose either Herter or Barnes. I mean, if I were the Hornets, like, the deal, I'm pretty sure they couldn't do Harrison Barnes and Kevin Herter, but I think they could because the salary cap for them, they would. So, and Davion Mitchell, Sasha Vinzikov are gone, so ignore those. But yeah, that's what the deal would look like. Harrison Barnes, Kevin Herter for Miles Bridges. Technically, that makes them a lot better, but there also have to be picks involved. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What would you guys do and why? I definitely think it's interesting.